This is the Hangout sessions where we talk about pure 100% football. So if you like the beautiful game and you don't like gimmicks, subscribe to our channel right now. Hope you enjoy the video. Leave a like if you do.
All right, sweet. Yeah. So on this hangout session, we just wanted to address Chelsea's recent form. So we got Greg here, Chelsea fan. See
Yeah.
Travis is another Arsenal fan. Just wanted to address like basically what's going on. Why practically the same team from last season is not currently performing. Um, and if it has anything to do with Mourinho, if it has more to do with individual performances, motivation, whatever.
Yeah, what's
Uh,
going on?
Yeah, we'll get straight into it. Greg, what do you reckon the actual reason is why this team who won the league so convincingly last season, like why they're not performing really up to par right now?
Yeah, mate, I think anyone who's watching football, whether you're a Chelsea fan, hate Chelsea, I don't think anyone knows really. Um, the theory that I'm trying to go with, is do you know how you get one or two players sometimes can just their form just deserts them completely. I don't know if it's just like a supernatural case of 10, 9, 10 players just happening to them all at the same time. I really don't know.
You reckon it's just down to like
I don't know.
form caused by what motivation or because
I don't, yeah, maybe, yeah, maybe. I wouldn't say I can't imagine it being. Like, I know
well,
everyone's trying to.
It's not physical because the age group
Nah,
of Chelsea's team is like
that's what I mean.
still
Yeah,
a good age group.
but I can't imagine it. Maybe I'm just brainwashed because I'm a Mourinho fan. I can't imagine it. Like, Mourinho's tactics. It's not nothing to do with Mourinho's tactics. I can't see him. You know what I mean? Losing his touch overnight. So I don't
But
know whether
Do
it's.
you reckon it could be the motivation of the players? Like these players have won things.
Yeah,
Like picking yourself up for a new season to push yourself to like success again. That's a hard thing to do. Only certain sports stars, musicians, etc. can do that. Like this is
yeah.
they won it in May. Doing it all again this season, that takes some mental strength that maybe these players don't have.
That's
what
that's
collectively they all don't have it. Like sounds
That's the
seems a bit
thing.
weird,
That's the
bro.
thing. I know Hazard struggles with motivation because he said
Did it?
yeah, he's come out and said something like seriously, like Greg, I'm hoping you can back me up here, like whether you read it or not. Like he says sometimes when I've scored a goal, I feel this is it. Like I've done my job now.
Yeah, no, he
He's
said it. He said that a while ago, and I think that's Mourinho's picked up on it a few times. That's why Mourinho, you often see him saying, I'm trying to whip Hazard into shape mentally and physically.
Is that the
That's
reason
why.
why he dropped him like for the last?
Well, I think he was just. I think he dropped him to make a point to a lot of players because he wasn't good enough. I don't know if you saw him come on against Villa.
mm,
He looked quite overweight. Like he looked like
You
he. I mean, he looked like
reckon?
he was.
Costa looks overweight.
Costa looked overweight, and I think he looks slightly better now. I think so, I don't know if a lot of them are just they won the league, they came in, I think they're going to stroll it again.
I think that's what it
Uh,
is. I think it's a motivational thing. I reckon
I
and
think
I think
Chelsea seem to start their pre-season late as well.
that
I
could
we
have
mean,
something.
always seem to be like, look a bit poor pre-season, and usually I don't think that I'm one of the people that thinks pre-season results have no bearing whatsoever
mm,
on a league. But if you look at the performances, we looked a bit lackluster. Everyone looked a bit lackluster in the pre-season. So I don't know if it's just a hangover, but it's been we're 9 weeks into it now,
Yeah, it's a
and
bit
even
mad
against
though.
yeah, but
Go on.
even against Villa, I don't think we looked. Well, no, we won, but I don't think we looked like the team that I think won the league quite comfortably last season. I think we come up,
Yeah,
we took our foot off the gas by like January, and we still won it comfortably. So
that's what I'm
yeah.
saying. I feel like Chelsea won the league by January, and like since January, they've kind of been in a consistent form. Like I feel like the start of the season has kind of tricked everyone to thinking that this is like a brand new spell of bad form. Because even Fabregas, from like the start of 2015, he's only had like 6 assists in the whole from
he's got a history of doing that though, and he kind of second
fades
half of the
out.
season, yeah.
But
But
this time he's not even started it though. Like I
no,
don't know what's happened there.
I can't. I'm trying to like pick out if there's any one player that's not dipped in form, and I
Do you,
can't.
do you reckon that Mourinho is sort of the way he's addressing it is the best way to address it, or like, do you agree with the way he's addressing it by, you know, taking people off, switching them around, like trying to tinker with the team rather than like just kind of sticking with one team and just hoping that they're going to come through.
I've seen a lot of people always say, you know, oh, that's demotivating the players, but I always think like they're fully grown men. Do you know what I mean? If you're not playing well, why should Mourinho just say, "Oh, he's still playing"? Mourinho, I think he's just trying to kick him into gear. I don't really know, but it's difficult because as I say, I'm a Mourinho fan. I've been blinded by him, but I just can't see it. I don't see how it's a Mourinho issue. Like,
do you reckon he'll pull it round though? Realistically, I think everyone else is not saying too much because they think he's going to pull it back. I won't put money on it, but I think we'll come top 4. I reckon Chelsea will come top 4, man. But because, come on,
look at it. They're 10 points behind the leaders with what 20? How many more games? We're 9 games in.
We're not even a quarter of the way in.
31
They're 10 points
games
behind. If this was February, it can still be turned around being 10 points behind. It's happened before. United have done it before. Do you know what I mean? Like, Chelsea have probably done it before. I don't know for sure, but do you know what I mean? Like, it's 10 points, so I'm not writing them off. I actually tipped them to win the league at the start, so I think
everyone did.
I have to stand by that, to be honest. But yeah, I think it's poor preparation in pre-season, because if you look at it, the defeat to Arsenal in the Community Shield was followed by a defeat to Fiorentina, which was a pre-season game, which was mind-blowing to me to see them playing a pre-season game after Community Shield. I don't think I've ever seen that. Going into the first game, Swansea 2-2.
Mourinho's backroom staff always seem to be the masters of preparation as well, getting them transfers in early and all that. So it's a bit weird that they seem to be lagging. I don't know. I would assume that they're going to pull it back, because I just feel like Mourinho is a winner, and he's that type of person who will do, like, he'll pull out all stops to just get as far at the table as possible. I can't see Chelsea lingering mid-table. It just doesn't seem realistic to me. I think they're gonna be top 4 contenders, man. League, nah, I can't see the league now because they've lost too many games. Like, I think, I mean, realistically, like, you need to be, what was the stat? You need to be averaging like 2.3 points per game to win the league or something. And losing. What? How many games have Chelsea lost this season? 4, or was it 3?
4. I think Southampton.
Yeah, already. Like, it means that by time the start of the new year comes, if they lose another game just in the middle of like decent form, so it's already.
No, I think the league's out of our reach, but I don't know if you lot agree. Right, this might just be me. I still think maybe City, but I still think. On paper, player for player, Chelsea have got the best first 11. So I think if we got,
that could be an interesting debate.
I think I don't know. Like, obviously but like I'm ignoring the fact that every single one of them seems to be playing way below their capability right now.
You're talking about just strictly on paper.
On paper, starting 11.
Yeah, say someone's been in a coma for this season, right? And you showed them Chelsea's first 11. City's first 11, Arsenal's first 11, Man United's first 11. I don't know.
I reckon it'd be out of City and
Chelsea.
Yeah.
I think Arsenal and United are both. They're a lot. They look a lot better than they did 2 years ago. I think they've sorted their teams out. I still think so. I think it would just take Chelsea with Mourinho's help. And say, if you say he's a winner, that's why. I can't, I've seen a lot of Chelsea fans calling for Mourinho to be sacked.
What? See, that's something that I wouldn't know about, innit? Because obviously we're not in the know like that, yeah? So we're not in the community. So, is that what people were saying?
Yeah, I find it mind-blowing. Like, think, who would we... And they're calling for Ancelotti. Like,
what?
Why?
Are these like proper fans, or are these like 14-year-olds?
They say they're fans, but I've seen them...
That's crazy.
Like, it's crazy. That's what I'm saying. Like, it frustrates me. Like, and I don't want. And then obviously the papers pick up on that. And that's when it.
Is there anyone that you have been impressed by in the team? Like, is there anyone who
sounds weird? sounds weird because he hasn't been scoring, but Costa has actually been playing all right. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
this evil guy is a good player for Chelsea, man. Like
he's
he's
he's Chelsea personified, isn't he?
he is, man. That's why I don't like him.
Everyone hates him, but I love
That's
him.
why I
Like,
don't like him, man. Like he is
that's what I
Chelsea.
mean. Yeah. That's why I like him as well. I think everyone would want him in their team.
You
Like,
got
Yeah, he's one of them guys. You want him, you don't want to play against him.
no,
nah,
it's
you
like
don't.
it's
I
like
think that's
Ronaldo.
why. Yeah,
I
definitely.
can't stand him, but I'll have him at Chelsea in a heartbeat. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying he's Ronaldo's level. Obviously, I'm just saying like it's that sort of
No, I see what
personality
you mean.
that he's got. Like he just But nah, no one really for
What's
Chelsea.
I'm just gonna look up Chelsea's like fixtures coming up, yeah, just to see what things are looking like. Because the Aston Villa one, they needed that game, man, because Villa are in terrible form, and they
I
kind of
can't.
issued them 2 goals.
They've got a winnable run of games from what I can remember. Like,
It's come to a point where I can't see where our next win's coming from. Like, I can easily
oh,
see
nah.
Watford. I can see Watford turning us over. Do you know what I mean? Like,
What?
that's how.
Now you've got a winnable. I remember looking on the
Nah,
weekend.
they got Liverpool soon, bro. They got Liverpool in Halloween.
Liverpool went where?
Halloween
Where?
at Stamford Bridge.
Oh yeah, they should be.
Sorry.
What's their next 4 or 5 games?
Greg, that's kind of how I feel when we play Liverpool. I feel like Arsenal.
I know they're one of them teams. I think I will spin them, like, but sometimes we just I don't know.
I feel like Arsenal should be wrapping Liverpool, but obviously that just might be the idealist in me. But sometimes, whenever we get Liverpool game, I'm just like, come on.
Yeah,
Come
I
on,
can never
like,
tell with Arsenal though. Like
I
sometimes
neither know.
I thought you'd batter us this year, and then just
Me and Travis were talking about this earlier.
just turned you over like Chelsea. That's a proper Chelsea Arsenal game. That was like
I really
Chelsea.
thought Chelsea would kick on after that game. It's surprising me that they're still stumbling. It doesn't make sense to me.
Chelsea's form in Chelsea Arsenal games is irrelevant, bro. I said this before the game. It don't matter. It does not matter, man. Like the whole form debate during that fixture does not matter, especially when Mourinho's in charge. Like, no.
So I mean, when I watched the Chelsea Arsenal game, that was just a typical Chelsea Arsenal game. It doesn't matter how Arsenal could have 94% possession. It doesn't matter. Like,
Yeah,
something will happen and then we'll just win. But
it's a
no,
typical Chelsea Arsenal fixture.
I
However,
didn't read too much into that one, but I still thought, yeah, that you know what,
I do think Costa won you lot that game with his antics. I think his antics.
That's what I mean. That's why, like, everyone else was like, "Oh, he's a disgrace." I was like, "Is he? Is he a disgrace, or is he just?" I loved it. Like, I loved it. But,
And then
would do as a Chelsea fan.
And then you go to the next week. Next week, the next Premier League game, and you draw 2-2 at Newcastle, who've been awful, and that's not Chelsea.
that is one I thought we'd win. I thought
Like,
Steve
that's not-
McLaren. You know what I mean? Come on, like. But it's just at the moment I stop saying I can't see where our next win's coming from.
Yeah, that West Ham away game's looking a bit.
I can't. How I don't know how any Chelsea fan can go into that game thinking, yeah, confident. Like that Payet's playing out of his skin. The whole team is, to be fair.
Yeah, they're looking nice.
But
It's
it
nice.
depends.
But then after
Yeah.
that, you'll run like
So what you got? West Ham away, Liverpool at home, Stoke away, Norwich at home.
Stoke away is. I know they're not the same team, but still, Stoke away is just.
yeah.
So what? Norwich are playing all right, aren't they? So.
Stoke away in November at night time. Or not even at night time. It's in the cold November. Like, nah.
What's that thing they say? Like, could Messi do it at Stoke away on a Tuesday
Chelsea
night?
do it.
Yeah.
At Stoke. Could Chelsea do it at wet cold night in Stoke?
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't even know the best of times. Like, so depends. Like, I say we played. I know we didn't win yesterday against Kiev, but
How many teams have won back-to-back leagues in the Premier League?
Chelsea done it in 05 and 06. United have done it.
did Arsenal do it?
Oh, don't start.
Did they not win after the Invincibles one?
Chelsea, Mourinho came in, didn't he? Arsenal decided to sell half the team.
We just shipped half of the geniuses. Just got shipped.
I swear there was a period where you won a couple of leagues in a row.
Nah.
Yeah.
Season after we won the FA Cup, didn't we?
Yeah, 98, 2002, 2004.
Is that far apart? Wow.
That's what I'm saying. It does take some sort of like, considering it's only been done twice. Yeah, Is it twice.
2 teams have done it.
It's been done twice in the history of the Premier League. Like, says something about the sort of motivation that's necessary.
United must have done it a couple of times.
Yeah. They've done 3.
Yeah.
They've done it. 99, 2000, 2001.
Yeah.
The
No,
99 2000 one was convincing, though, man. Like that team.
I know Mourinho won't admit it, but I'm pretty sure he's written the league off. Like he said, nah, look, but just I think we just
Do you think it's fair what Mourinho's doing when he's kind of blaming the refs for everything now? Like it's just like I turn on the news and I just hear Mourinho going at these refs. I'm just like, oh,
that one last night he did it as a joke, didn't he? Because do you know Wenger said the referee was weak and naive,
yeah,
and he got no punishment for it. So when they
yeah.
asked him yesterday, what do you think of the game? He just said the ref's weak and naive to prove that he's probably going to get fined for that.
Greg, I've got another question, man.
Go on.
Is Mourinho obsessed with Wenger? Why is he constantly mentioning Wenger's name, like at
Gotta be.
any given opportunity?
I think it's just I don't know. I think it's the pair of them. No,
Wenger hasn't mentioned him all season.
I don't know. Maybe
People
he's
always
not
go,
doing
"Oh, they're
very well
going
at the
at it,
moment.
they're going at it," but then I'm just like,
They don't. I don't know. I think he's just no, he just doesn't like him. I think that's all it is.
But why?
we
'Cause I
will,
have
we
a
want to know
theory.
why.
Yeah.
Seriously,
I don't know.
From
Like you have
a
to ask
Chelsea
Mourinho.
perspective. My perspective is Mourinho. He's a winner. Mourinho's a winner. He's won things, and I think he's looking at Arsene Wenger, who's a respected man, no matter what anyone thinks. He's a well-respected man in the world of football, and he's probably thinking, "How is this man more respected than me when I've won all of this in the past 10 years, and he hasn't done anything in the past 10 years?"
Do you know what though? Yeah, I think Wenger plays this role like, do you know what? Like, I'm just Mourinho's attacking me, blah blah blah. He said some mad stuff about Mourinho, like some absolute like, just some.
when
I can't think of it at the top of my head right now, but he said some.
Mourinho said that Wenger, like,
That's
he's like a
Mourinho,
sick.
though, isn't it? That's Mourinho.
Mourinho says some horrible stuff about Wenger.
That's
man,
Mourinho.
He called him
Mourinho's
a
a
sick
nasty guy.
voyeur. He called him,
He is a bit though, isn't he? Mourinho,
Like,
he's built his career on that sort of stuff. That's why he's so. That is Mourinho, isn't it? Like big quotes and.
that's out of order, man. I think it's
I think this season is just maybe it's just frustration. Maybe like you know what I mean. Just thinks, oh, do you know what? I'll stick it to Wenger. Why not? I don't like him anyway, sort of thing. I don't really know. Like, I have to ask him. But I just think
it is strange because any opportunity, like he'll turn the question. I remember when they asked him about like if he feels sorry for, I can't remember if it was Brendan Rodgers or or Dick Advocat. I can't remember what the question was, and then he said, "No, no, no. Like when you're in this league, you got to." He's like, "I feel sorry for every manager other than one, like other than one who."
I know he thinks I know. I said it a few times in the past. He thinks that Wenger gets preferential treatment from the
Yeah.
UK.
yeah,
So
because
maybe that's it, and I think he does in
No,
certain, with
but
Mourinho.
you earn your respect. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a massive. I'm an Arsenal fan. I'm not complete massive. I'm an Arsenal fan. I'm not an Arsene Wenger fan. I'm an Arsenal fan.
Oh, I
But
am.
you
I'm a
earn,
big Arsenal Wenger fan. Manager, like I
you
think he's a good manager.
earn. I support Arsenal. Do you know what I mean? Arsenal will exist after Wenger's gone. So when Wenger does something wrong, I'll call it. When he does something right, I'll call it. But like my point is, you earn your respect. Arsenal's earned his respect over the years. Like you're gonna get away with certain things. Like Fergie used to get away with certain things. Fergie used to.
That's what I'm saying. I think the point is that should not happen. That shouldn't happen.
It shouldn't happen, but in all walks of life, you earn your respect. With Mourinho, you just got.
Yeah, no, I'm saying like with the FA is supposed to be a completely down the like no bias whatsoever, and I think I'm not trying to be a conspiracy
Nah,
theorist.
you're right. You're right. You are right.
Mourinho gets a bad
he gets worse treatment. You're saying,
yeah, and I think
Yeah,
like
I'd agree.
and I think it's just Wenger and Mourinho just don't like each other anyway. But I think that I think he's picked up like in his head he's picked up on a few times where Wenger in particular has just done a similar thing to Mourinho. It happened recently, but was it last season?
you're on about the whole weak and naive thing about the referee, you know?
That was the other day. Yeah, that's true though. That's what's that about then? No, but my Chelsea fans coming out now, but like
Yeah.
But I think that's why that he always picks up on Wenger because maybe he can just in his head he can pick up on a few
Do you,
occasions.
I want to know if he genuinely hates Wenger. Like, I'd love to have a conversation with him and just be like, bro, do you actually hate this guy? Because every
I
moment,
think he respects him. I think he respects him. Obviously, like
I don't
he
think he
must.
does.
I don't
He
think he
must do.
does.
He must do. Like
I'll
Mourinho
tell
is
you,
just he's a
I
wind-up merchant.
I think Mourinho is disgusted by Wenger. I actually do.
literally any moment,
Like
any moment.
this is a man who wants to win everything, and he looks at Wenger like, you are at this club playing Bentner, Denilson, Senderos.
It's
Fabinho,
What
because
are
it's
you
because
doing? Like,
Wenger's the anti-Mourinho and Mourinho's the anti-Wenger
they're
agenda.
literally
yeah,
opposites with
polar
philosophy,
opposites.
everything.
Mate,
Like,
I don't know if it's hate. I don't know if it's hatred or just like
I think it's dislike, possibly
I
dislike.
reckon he really dislikes him, man. Like, I saw him talking about Ferguson, yeah, on that Ferguson documentary about leadership, and
mm,
Mourinho was just bigging up Ferguson, like, yeah, like this guy, you know, he's an inspirational leader and all that sort of stuff. And I was thinking, like, if they asked him to do one on Wenger, he would not do it. Like, he would decline to do that interview.
yeah,
Away
probably.
from football, like, take away the whole Chelsea Arsenal thing. I just don't think he'd do it. He just would not do that. He wouldn't participate in that. He just does. Don't think he likes him. And I think Wenger knows he doesn't like him, and the two of them they just will never meet eye to eye. They're complete polar opposites of philosophy as well. Like
That's it.
the
I
fact that
suppose like yeah,
like Mourinho, most of his teams are like 27 to 28 to 29. Like that's the average age of his winning clubs and of his winning teams. And like Wenger's known for having like young players straight from the off, all that sort of stuff. Like they're completely different like different ends of the spectrum, innit? And they just meet in the middle. When they clash, it's just like. But I really don't think Mourinho likes him. I don't think he respects him. I don't think he rates him. Like I just think he just. I can imagine Mourinho in the changing room, like talking maddest crud about Wenger, like just talking the most grease. Like I can imagine Fabregas probably sitting there, just like looking all awkward and that. But yeah, I can just
yeah. I don't
imagine.
know. Yeah, you know, I think like I don't know. I don't really know. Like Mourinho's like I don't know. He's intense in everything he does. He's just
He is intense.
sometimes. Do you know like you look at him and think why are you. It's like Tony Soprano, man. You look at him and think, why are you doing that for? And
So
then,
have you ever? Is there any? You said you're a big Mourinho fan, yeah. So is there
yeah,
certain things that he does that you don't like?
no.
So like everything
No,
he
I
does,
love
you
it.
just think it's just sick.
That's what I'm saying. I think he's like, if it's like Tony Soprano. Sometimes he does something, yeah, and I think, what are you doing that for? And then a few weeks later, I think, oh right, that's why. Like, do you know when he just got the whole FA and the whole world against Chelsea? That was it last season. It's a campaign against us and that. I was thinking,
Yeah,
what are you
yeah,
doing,
yeah.
man?
It's a
And then I started.
conspiracy.
Then I'm thinking, I'm loving it. Like everyone just hates us, and and the whole
What
team united, and it's just.
What do you think about that monologue? That monologue. It's like he planned it. It's like he wrote it down. Like he's been practicing it
No,
for a
I think
few
he
weeks.
does. I think he does. I think some of his stuff is off the cuff, but I think sometimes before his interviews or his press conferences, he definitely thinks about what he's going to say. I don't think he's. I don't think. I think he thinks about what he does.
Mm,
Like,
mm.
Do you know what?
a lot
Do you
of
know
people.
what? This is the genius of the man right here, because we're talking about Chelsea's form and players, and we've ended up speaking about Mourinho. This is what he wants, because
Does it all the time.
all the pressures of the players. We've not even mentioned Ivanovic's form, because it's Mourinho
Please
who's
don't.
taking all the spotlight. And there's so much more to talk about Mourinho. Like there's so much antics that's happened this season, and
That's what he does. That's why people think like, oh, I know he is definitely self-centered, but I think a lot of the times he talks about himself and referees and the medical staff because he
Mm.
wants to take him off the players. Like,
Like
so I
I
think
think he knows that that game. Oh, who was it? When who was Chelsea playing?
What are you
Like
on
a
about?
few
Which
weeks
game?
ago. A few weeks ago when was it Southampton game?
What the
Yeah,
defeat at
when
home?
when they had like Chelsea had like one penalty call that wasn't a penalty when Falcao went down, yeah, early, and Southampton had like two that weren't given, like, and I think Mourinho knew that the refs were like they were right, but I think that
mm,
he blamed them tactically. It was like a tactical decision to blame them. Like I think he did it because he just didn't want his team getting the taking the bad form sort of stick. I think he just thought, you know what? I'm gonna have to take this one for the team, man. Like, just did it.
Yeah, it does. I'll tell you what though, I think it shows how bad Chelsea have been this season. Where I think he's had to drop the whole take the pressure off the players thing, because that's why he's been he's been dropping big players.
He's been criticising players as well, though.
Yeah, I think he's realised, like, you know what, like, I think it's time. As I say, they're fully grown men. If they can't take a bit of stick in the papers, then don't be a footballer. Like, don't be on the world stage. You know what I mean, so I think maybe he's just gone, you know what, throw that out the window. And it seemed to have worked, because the last 2 games we've won, and we drew. I know we drew against Kiev, and we played well. So I don't know. Maybe he's thrown out the window.
What did you think about the Eva Canero situation? Like, I'm talking straight away when
Ridiculous.
she came running past him and he reacted like that. What is your opinion on that?
My opinion is, if Eva Canero was a 40-year-old man from Slough, this wouldn't even got in the papers. It wouldn't never happen. It's because she's a woman, isn't it? It's because she's a woman and she's attractive. That's why everyone cares.
Yeah,
Mourinho's the manager.
no one cares about John Fern.
Exactly. No, it's ridiculous. Like, some woman from the FA come out and goes, "We set football back 50 years because she's a woman." What are you on about? If he thought he didn't sack her because he didn't criticise her because she's a woman. He criticised her because
I thought that was so out of order from his part. Like, I don't even think it was made.
Yeah, it's out of order. It's probably a bit out of order anyway for the medical staff. But I don't. This should have been a Chelsea in-house issue.
He should have blamed Hazard, man.
Yeah, Hazard should have been. He should have got a slap he should have got a boot like Fergie to flying towards his head. What are you going? Nothing was wrong with Hazard. Why are you going down when you got 10 men?
Hazard's there getting people sacked for trying to help him and that. It's all mad.
Nothing was wrong with Hazard. Like,
But then again, as you go back to, Mourinho doesn't like to put stuff on his players. It's just, you know what I mean.
Again.
So what's he gonna do? Like, slate Hazard, slate his best player in the press. It's not gonna happen. So, and then I don't know. I don't really know, but it got blown out of all proportion, that thing. Like, that should have been dealt with in-house.
I did think it was kind of out of order, but
I thought that was out of order, man. There was no need for that.
The geezer poked a guy in the eye in a fight. I mean, he doesn't care. he doesn't care about. He doesn't really care about what people think about him.
He's definitely an interesting character. I'll give you that. I do like. I find it whenever he's on in front of the camera, I want to hear what he's saying. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
Premier League would be boring without him. I think him and like, it's like, and Ferguson's the same. As much as I dislike Ferguson, obviously I respected him as a manager, and I always listen to what he says.
Yeah.
It's just one of those characters, but
yeah.
But yeah, no,
you're right. So, all right, we'll do the What do you reckon is going to be the outcome of the West Ham game?
I think we'll lose. I think we'll lose.
Not even a draw now.
Nah. Well, it depends. Like, for me, there's 2 outcomes. If we play anything close to the poor form we're in, we'll get beaten. That's the only thing I'm not sure about, whether the real Chelsea turn up or it's this strange out of form Chelsea. If that out of form one turns up, West Ham are too good of a team to let us get away with a point.
You reckon Hazard will start?
Yeah, I reckon he'll start. I reckon he'll start everyone. I reckon Matic will start. I reckon. The thing is, the Ivanovic thing, because he said that, you know, the other fullback we bought, that Baba Rahman.
Yeah, Baba.
He said that he's not ready, and if you saw him against Villa, you'd see why he was.
That's very odd for Mourinho to sign someone who's not ready. Like,
that is odd.
That's not. That's Wenger-esque.
Yeah, but is that because he couldn't get what's his face from John Stones from Everton?
Couldn't get a lot of people last season.
Is that why?
That whole summer was very un-Chelsea, to be honest. It could be why. I think because he sold Felipe Luis, didn't he, already?
That was amazing business. The David Luiz was amazing business. The Felipe Luis was, I don't know about that.
What happened?
That David Luiz deal was juicy for Chelsea.
That's the best sale in history of football.
I remember seeing it thinking, what?
Andy Carroll for 35 million. That was up there.
I think PSG, they could the money money's not anything to them. So they thought, we want him, slapped outrageous offer down. That's it. He's ours. We won it.
Yeah, but if you was a multi-millionaire and someone said, "Here's a pack of crisps," you wouldn't spend 200 quid on it, would you? You know what I mean? You still want a reasonable price for it.
I hear these footballers pay their barbers like £500 each time or something. So I don't know, man.
Maybe it's because they're being nice. I don't know, but like, mental, man.
£500 trims and that.
Like, David Luiz was like David Luiz when we sold him. Like I heard some Chelsea fans like, "Don't sell him." I was like, "What for £50 million? What you?"
He was electrifying though. He was explosive. Whether he was good or not, he was electrifying.
He was the most
He had
electrifying
character.
man in sports entertainment, mate.
He was explosive.
Remember when he did the little sideshow Bob smile down by the corner flag at Old Trafford? Legendary,
funny.
legendary Premier League moment.
Well, he's done it. He's done it so many times. Like, I still like David Luiz. Like, he's comical, man. I don't know. Like,
Long live David Luiz, man.
yeah, true.
So we all think Chelsea are going to finish top four. I'm still saying I still think they could get a comeback and win the league. I have to say that. I have to stick by what I said. But
I think we'll win the league.
10 points off. 10 points off. Like Arsenal.
Nah, I can't see it, bro.
You need Arsenal, City, and United to all fall away. It ain't gonna happen.
Any of these teams can
Top four, man. Top four.
Yeah.
I think top four. Yeah.
What about second? What do we reckon, Greg? What do we reckon?
I reckon City are going to win the league.
Where will Chelsea finish?
City win the league, and then I think Chelsea will come maybe third. I think Arsenal or Man United, sorry boys, are going to fall away at some point. Arsenal are guaranteed a spell of form where they can't buy a win for at least a month. It happens every year. I don't know why. So if Chelsea can just capitalise on it, then I reckon we can overtake either City or Arsenal or United. So,
but not Man City.
I just think City. I just think they're gonna win the league. I've said it. Just after Chelsea started, points.
When they win, they're winning convincingly, innit?
Yeah, they're destroying teams.
Do you know they lost and then they come back the next week and they lost and then they beat Newcastle 5-1 or something on it. So that's a good sign for them. Like their losses, they're just shaking them off as opposed to Chelsea. So, yeah, I'm gonna say I reckon Chelsea come fourth, but I think third. I'll be aiming for third as well as Chelsea right now.
Cool.
And a cup as well.
Which cup? The Emirates FA Cup.
Yeah. We used to do that. That used to be our competition. I was a bit annoyed about that. I'm gonna say I reckon we can win the FA Cup. Yeah.
Cool. So third and a cup.
Third and a cup. It sounds, but after that, the only reason that's disappointing is because after last season, I thought we'd kick on and then we'd smash the league again. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, third and a cup. If we get that, I'll be delighted. But
anyway, thanks for joining us, Greg.
Cheers, lads.
Peace out.